Hey guys, I'm Joe. You've reached Anarcho Truth on YouTube. Just want to do a video about the television, and you might notice there's a TV in this room, but don't worry, it's not mine. I haven't turned it on since I've been here, because I'm about to hate on TV, and that'd be kind of odd if I was hating on TV and there's one, right behind me. But that ain't my TV. But anyway, it's got full cable on it and everything, but I haven't turned it on a single time. I'm not about TV, and you're about to see that. I'm making this video because Cryptagon.com posted the headline, Americans watch more television than ever in 2010. And that's not a good little statistic there, is it? It's originally posted by New York Times, but I got it from Cryptagon because I don't directly link to the mainstream media because I like the alternative media. So Cryptagon.com, good website, definitely. But it's a pretty short article, and there's only one little bit I'd like to read to you. It says, total viewing of broadcast networks and basic cable channels rose about 1% for the year, to an average of 34 hours per person per week. The generation-long shift to cable from broadcast continued, but subtly, and so on and so forth. You get the picture. But did you hear that? An average of 34 hours a week for everybody. 34 hours. Well, that's nearly 5 hours a day? That's crazy. 34 hours a week watching TV, which I consider way worse than spending that amount of time on the internet. At least on the internet, you're in charge of the information you consume, and it's not all like watching dumbed down TV with commercials. You can read books and do all this stuff, so it's not the same. Of course, internet's superior to TV. But anyway, 34 hours a week. It's crazy. It's crazy. And just up 1% from last year. That's pretty gradual. It's a very gradual number. And of course that's because social engineers are very patient, are they not? I kind of wanted to hit on that point too. The TV, you should look at it as a weapon. It is not for your entertainment at all. It's like buying a gun and shooting yourself with it, if you don't know what you're doing with it. I mean, the TV is not some harmless object meant for your safety. No, it's a weapon. That's the only way to look at TV. I mean, just imagine how much society has changed since the TV came around. I wish I could go back in time and see what people were like before there were ever TVs. Because, that's it. For a lot of people, me included, most of my life, TV is... I've spent most of my life in front of a TV, unless I was at school. You know what I'm saying? But TV is a weapon. Look what it's done. Look how dumb people are, how apathetic people are. Yes, of course, there's public school, which is probably even more significant. But TV is next in line. It affects you differently than public school. Public school teaches you how to be obedient, but TV, with like all the flashiness and the movement, I think it like affects your brain, like physiologically. I can't explain it exactly, but seriously, all the fast movements and all the simulations, and you expose your brain to that. Just think, humans have been around for however long, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years, whatever. For however long we've been around, TV ain't been around comparatively long by any measure. So you think about our brains taking in information through a TV. You know that's going to have significant effects. And most of them aren't good, and it wasn't ever meant to be good. TV was probably always meant to be a weapon. So I don't like TV. And laptops and internet's a weapon too, definitely. But it still has way more advantages than a TV. A TV is just a one-way conversation, basically. The internet's not like that. But that's another thing about TV. It's just a one-way. It's a one-way weapon. You know, the internet's a double-edged sword, basically. But another way that it's a weapon is that it just creates culture. I remember when I was a teenager and I'd be hanging out with my mom on a school night or whatever, and one time she asked the question, do TVs reflect culture? Like, do the TV shows, do they reflect culture or do they create culture? And we were both like, well, I think they probably reflect culture because that's what people like to watch, the stuff they relate to, and that's why the shows get popular. You know, pretty reasonable conclusion to reach, I guess, but that's not how I feel anymore. No, I think they create culture for the most part. Or just to be more specific, it's all fake. It's all controlled. It's a hoax, and everyone gets famous from the top down. You know, so that's a huge problem for me, and that's why I think that it mostly creates culture, pretty much. But I mean, like, here's a good example: Nickelodeon. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I mean, we all know the shows Doug, Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, Two Angry Beavers, Salute Your Shorts, all that, you know. Those are the shows I watched when I was a kid. And you notice when you grow up and you go back and watch the shows you liked when you were a kid, you're like, wow, that's retarded. Like, wow, that's really stupid, but I really liked it at the time. Well, I've seen the stuff Nickelodeon has on nowadays. It's bad, y'all. If you haven't seen it, just the dumbing down of it is a problem. And then this like new generation of boy bands, like this little blonde little boy band group on Nickelodeon. They have their own little like sitcom for teens, like little TV show. I guess they're kind of like the Jonas Brothers from Disney Channel or whatever. But like their commercials, they're like singing these like passionate love songs, and it's just like, man, kids, this ain't for kids. It's like undercover like sexualization, basically. Because you know that they just gotta make everything sexual. They sell sex to kids, so they're dumbing down kids with TV and selling sex to kids. Those are very, very problematic as far as I'm concerned. I don't like that at all.